then God created human beings in God's image, according to Jewish tradition. And that means we're in God's moral image, knowing the difference between good and evil, as we're taught, and then taking the responsibility of knowing the difference between good and evil. So, if we have that moral choice, then God can't be making the choices. So there's a Jewish midrash where heaven is overruled by a democratic vote of the Sanhedrin. And later on, God meets up with the prophet, and they asked the prophet, well, what did God say? The prophet said, well, God laughed and said, my children have defeated me. And I think that's sort of my view, is that with the rabbis, that, God's watching the unfolding experiment. And if God intervened at every moment, then it wouldn't be the unfolding experiment. And God gave us the owner's manual for it, which is Torah, and a way to update that manual as time goes, which is the, I would say, liberal halachic process. And God, God's bemused. Sometimes God's very sad. Sometimes God's amused. And God's job is to pay attention, but not to intervene. A bit, I think God, in a certain way, is like a good therapist, in the sense that if you go to your therapist and you say, I'm really lonely, your therapist doesn't say, well, I'll fix you up with my nephew. That would be a bad therapist. The therapist helps you look inside to find out what's going on with you. And that's what God is there for, is to give us the strength and the insight and the help to look inside, to find a community to help us, look inside, so that we can find our own ways out of loneliness.